our last video, we drew our scaled drawing using a straight edge, and we numbered them from our favorite to least favorite, and now we're ready to draw our full-size drawing on this larger sheet of paper. This is actually 16 inches across, as you can see, and it's labeled 16 inches. And the grid here is a scaled up grid of the one we drew this one with. So each one of these squares equals one of these squares. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and transfer everything we did here onto the full-size grid. We start out with every 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 inch. And every 2 inches, I drew a vertical line. In the middle, we have this O, right above the O, that's our center point. So we can go ahead and draw a vertical line there. Once I have all my vertical lines drawn, I can draw in my X's that I had in my original drawing. Okay, so now I have those drawn out. I can draw the lines that went across my top view. Those were every 2 inches, just like my vertical lines in my front view. Now remember, this is not meant to be a good design. It's just meant to be a design that could be drawn. So the first step of my full-size drawing is finished. Now what I want to consider is, where am I actually going to place toothpicks? So here are the toothpicks that I plan to use, and if I lay these toothpicks across here, I can see that that requires 2 toothpicks to get a good overlap between them and go from corner to corner. What I might want to do is might want to double up these toothpicks and get an even stronger design. And I have these flat toothpicks opposing in the direction, so they make 2 strong drawings. And that right there looks pretty good. And I'll probably do something similar going in the opposite direction with the toothpicks. So what I want to do is I want to replicate that on my drawing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my straight edge and I'm going to show the thickness of this going across here. And I'm going to go ahead and shade this in. So this represents the toothpicks that I'm going to use when I build this. And I can do the same thing going in the other direction. It's going to go up to about here, and the same thing over here. And I use my straight edge to box it in. We will expect that you show where you're going to put these toothpicks and the thickness of it. Now these toothpicks, they'll have depth to it. So I might have a layer here and then a second layer going over top of that, and that's fine. Might have these glued together in the center here, so that's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and shade these in. You don't have to darken them completely, but just shade them in so that you can see that's where toothpicks are going to end up. And I'm going to do that across this whole thing. Also, in my top view, when I look at this, it looks like 2 toothpicks can make it across just like that. But I might be dealing with something similar. I might want to maybe even put a toothpick between them, like that, and then double up this side and this side, something like this. to get a nice strong bond across the top. Now this might not be a place where you want to put a lot of structure. It's really up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. This is where those toothpicks would go. And so right here, I'm going to shade this in. And it'll look something like that. We're going to use this drawing with wax paper over it to build our actual bridge. So it's nice to have the structure shown as far as the width of the toothpicks to demonstrate what your bridge is actually going to look like. All right, have fun designing your bridges.